If you are deeply curious about the history of agriculture and want to restore the vitality of your land, subscribe to Husbandry now. Today we delve into a forgotten soil recipe that has been passed down quietly for over 1,000 years. What farmers once called simply dirt was actually a carefully constructed blend of materials designed to restore fertility, build structure, and sustain crops season after season. Rediscovering this recipe reveals insights into how ancient societies cultivated resilience in their fields, lessons that remain incredibly relevant for modern gardeners, small-scale farmers, and anyone interested in sustainable soil management. Ancient farmers understood that healthy soil is the foundation of everything. For centuries, farmers observed that soil was more than just a medium to hold plants. It was, in fact, a living ecosystem, full of microorganisms, nutrients, and, water-holding capacity. Across different cultures, from medieval Europe to East Asia, communities developed methods to amend and enrich soil using locally available resources. Unlike modern chemical fertilizers that provide short-term boosts, these ancient soil recipes restored long-term fertility, combining organic matter, minerals, and natural microbial inoculants. The careful layering and mixing of these components allowed soils once exhausted from heavy cultivation to recover fully over time. The lost soil recipe, you see, combined organic matter with a careful mineral balance. At the heart of this recipe was a precise mixture of decomposed plant material, animal manures, and mineral-rich earth. Leaves, straw, and crop residues were, layered with aged manure to supply nitrogen, carbon, and beneficial microbes. Minerals like crushed limestone, volcanic ash, or clay-rich loam were added to adjust pH, supply trace elements, and, improve cation exchange capacity. Each element played a critical role. Organic matter fed microbial life, minerals provided essential nutrients, and proper structure ensured water retention and aeration. The resulting soil was fertile, resilient, and capable of sustaining crops without constant reapplication of external inputs. The brilliance of this method lies in its interaction with microbial communities. When applied, the mixture created an environment where beneficial bacteria and fungi could flourish. These microbes broke down complex organic compounds into plant-accessible nutrients, formed humus to improve soil texture, and strengthened the soil's natural ability to retain water. Over time, the microbial activity transformed even compacted or depleted land into a living, fertile medium. In my own experience, incorporating this lost recipe revived areas that had produced poor yields for years, producing stronger, more vigorous plants almost immediately. To replicate this method, begin by sourcing organic residues such as straw, leaves, or vegetable scraps. Age or compost animal manure to reduce pathogens and odours. If possible, add mineral amendments like crushed limestone, clay-rich soil, or volcanic ash, depending on local availability. Layer these materials in alternating sequences, mixing lightly to ensure even distribution. water thoroughly to activate microbial life. For smaller plots, incorporate the mixture into raised beds or garden rows. Timing the application before planting or during the off-season ensures nutrients and microbes are fully active when crops are introduced. Ancient farmers were careful observers. They monitored soil colour, texture and smell to determine readiness and effectiveness. Dark, crumbly and fragrant soil indicates high microbial activity and nutrient availability. Adjustments, such as adding more organic matter or specific minerals, can fine-tune the mix for local soil conditions. This approach is both science and art, combining observation with experimentation to create optimal growing conditions. Modern soil management often prioritizes rapid results over long-term fertility, relying heavily on synthetic fertilizers. The ancient soil recipe demonstrates that with the right combination of organic matter minerals and microbial support, soils can rebuild naturally. The method not only restores fertility, but also improves structure water retention and plant resilience, reducing dependency on chemical inputs and fostering a regenerative approach to farming and gardening. This lost soil recipe, reminds us that soil is a living system, not just an inert medium. By understanding and working with natural processes rather than overriding them with artificial inputs, we can cultivate healthier, more productive land. The knowledge embedded in this ancient method, developed through centuries of observation, trial and refinement, offers a roadmap for sustainable agriculture that is honestly just as powerful today as it was a millennium ago. If this guide has inspired you to reimagine your soil practices, do consider subscribing to Husbandry and perhaps share it with fellow gardeners and farmers. The ancient soil recipe shows that what we often call dirt can in fact be transformed into a thriving, self-sustaining ecosystem, holding centuries of wisdom and really the key to resilient, fertile land.